Hello there, and welcome to this quick video where I'm going to give you a sneak peek into what's in the Retreat Leader Toolbox. So the Retreat Leader Toolbox is kind of like a hybrid solution to planning your retreats. It's a program that teaches you the knowledge, the information, all the skills that you need to plan, promote, and lead your retreats, but it also is an implementation tool that you can actually take action in each of the steps that I'm going to teach you inside the toolbox as you go. So by the end of kind of completing all of these stages and steps, you have a retreat ready to go. And it's very action-oriented, and it's meant to really be a straightforward tool that removes all the fluff, all the stuff that you don't need, and it gives you a straightforward, simplified process to planning and promoting successful retreats. I'm going to give you a bird's eye view of the 5 stages of the Retreat Leader Toolbox. I teach you a 5-stage framework that I've been developing over the years with working with one-on-one clients, working with people who have come to me to learn how to better plan, promote, and lead their retreats. It is also based on my experience planning retreats and how I've refined my process and the strategies that I've tested over the years. So the first stage is called Set the Foundation. So as the name or the title says, it's all about making sure that before you start planning your retreats, you have all your T's crossed, because putting together a retreat is a lot of work. And before we get started, we want to make sure that we have a solid foundation so that our retreat is successful. This stage is actually the key to having a successful retreat, but it's also the stage that most retreat leaders miss completely. So when people come to me to get help planning their retreats, they totally have missed this step, and they don't really know that they had to do all of these things, like understanding like their goals, understanding who their ideal retreat client is, understanding the retreat validation process. So in this stage, I walk you through all of these steps that are really, really important to setting that foundation. Stage 2 is all about designing your retreat theme. Here's where we put together the concept, right? Where we get to really build out the idea behind our retreat, what it will deliver. Like, we put together the retreat promise. We put together what the retreat will include, what you will teach, the content, and really going back to your own skills, your own gifts, what you want to teach your students, what you want to help your students with. So this stage number 2 is all about that, and it's really fun. We get to really dive into creativity and understand some important aspects of putting together a theme that's really going to respond to the needs and desires of your ideal retreaters. Stage 3 is all about retreat logistics. In this stage, we get to dive into what most people do right away. So they skip step 1 and 2 and they come straight here. And in the logistics stage, I teach you all of my resources and all these things that I have developed over the years to help you really simplify the retreat logistic process. How to pick the right venue, pick your chef, what you need to think about when it comes to all the legal stuff, all the waivers and contracts, the registration process for your students, the onboarding process. We also learn how to budget and price our retreat, and we talk about something really, really important, which is how to set up your customer service. In stage 4, we talk about your retreat marketing. So this stage teaches you my process of building out your marketing plan, of putting together the marketing strategies that I have tested over the years, that I teach my clients to help them sell out their retreat early. So it's all about really understanding what will work for you, how to best utilize the strategies I teach you, and modify them so that they fit your business, so they fit your community. And then we have the final stage, which is stage 5. It's all about hosting your retreat. In this stage, what I really focus on is helping you understand what it is to host a successful retreat experience, what it takes to really deliver on your retreat promise, really deliver on that experience that will be transformative for your students. We also talk about getting organized before you go on your retreat. So I give you a checklist of things that you need to think about so you don't forget anything. Again, it's all about taking action and simplifying the process versus just learning, right? So this will help you kind of check off things off your list. And then in step 3, we talk about post-retreat review. And we talk about why it's so important to really check in with yourself, check in with your community to hear the feedback, and also for you to kind of do a practice of reflection. Every retreat is different, so it's very important that we are assessing as we are done with our retreats, assessing what we want to continue doing, what we need to kind of modify, what we need to completely stop doing. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek into the actual toolbox. This was just a bird's eye view of the different stages. So here's the Retreat Leader Toolbox, right? And this is your dashboard or your homepage where you will always get started when you arrive into your toolbox. What's really cool about the Retreat Leader Toolbox is that I created it in a platform called Notion. So you create a free account, it's completely free, and you can access your template. So it's a really cool platform that makes it incredibly easy to use the toolbox. So this is your home page or your dashboard. I like to call it the dashboard, really. And in here, you'll see as you scroll down that there's all these different stages that I just told you about. So if you look at the first part here, there's an introduction section, right, where I want to tell you a little bit more about what's in the toolbox, how to use it, and I have a bunch of how-to videos of how to use the toolbox with some additional resources down here. So that's really important. To start there, if you're new, you're just downloading your template. And then you can get to dive right into Toolbox. So you start with stage 1, the foundation. There's an overview of stage 1, and then each of these steps actually take you to the different resources, templates, material, guides, worksheets that you need to do. So each of these different things, and I'll click on one, set your retreat goals. So this is, for example, a worksheet. So you just dive right in there and you can kind of set up all your retreat goals, and you can type right inside of the Retreat Leader Toolbox. You don't need to download anything. You don't need to print anything. It's all here for you to work through. Okay, let's go back here. Another really cool thing, so you see stage 2, design your retreat theme, stage 3, retreat logistics. So each and every one of these steps that you see up here, they will give you the different types of resources you need for that specific step. And what's really important is to complete the Retreat Leader Toolbox in order, right? In order so that you're not jumping any steps or jumping any stages. So for example, in the logistics, again, we have the logistics decisions, which is one of my favorites, where I've compiled all of the logistic resources that I've developed over the years, and there's so much stuff in here. We start with the decisions you need to make, right? But within each, there's a guide, there's sample questions to ask, there's questionnaires, there's contracts, there's itinerary and activities. There's all sorts of stuff to make sure that you know what you're doing as you're planning your retreat. And what's really cool is I created something called your logistics database, again, to make this tool a tool that you can work through and implement, not just another tool to learn, not just another program, another course, but actually an implementation tool. So in the logistics database is where I want you to keep all of your data organized. So you have student details, and there's just so many different types of data. And I'll teach you inside of the toolbox how to use these different databases. It's so simple. It's actually, I think, more simple than using Excel or any of those. So you can have all of your information in here, and I teach you what information you actually need to put in here. And so that is what I wanted to show you for the Retreat Leader Toolbox. This is an incredible tool that is meant to simplify your life, to simplify it, make it easy, to give you straightforward information and straightforward action steps so that you're not overwhelmed or feeling totally scattered when it comes to planning your retreat, but actually feeling like you know exactly what steps to take and how to move through the retreat planning process in a confident way, like feeling like you know that you have someone guiding you through the process. I hope that you like this quick little intro video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at contact@theretreatleadercollective.com. And also there's an FAQ all the way to the bottom if you have any doubts and want to understand more about, how to sign up for it, when you can use it, and all these things. So one thing I'm going to say, once you download the template, you can use this forever. This is your template, so you have access to it forever. Have a good one, and thanks so much for watching.